if M represents the median and D the mode of the measurements, 5, 9, 3, 5, 8, the MD is what? Now, the first thing we need to do is to rearrange these numbers in ascending order. So we'll begin with 3, next is 5, next is 5, next is 8, and the last one is 9. Now, what is median and what is mode? Median is simply the middle number in any given distribution. For instance, if that distribution is an odd number distribution like we have here, there are 5 numbers here in this distribution, so the middle number serves as our median. Whereas if it is an even number distribution where you have numbers like 4, 6, 8, etc., you are going to pick the 2 middle number, then you divide by 2. But since the distribution we have here is an odd number distribution, 5 here is our median, so M is equal to 5. And D we are given here as mode. What is mode of a given distribution? Mode simply is the most occurring number in a distribution. So when you look at this distribution, this measurement 3, 5, 5, 8, 9, the most occurring number here is 5. So D is also equal to 5. From that, it implies that M, D is equal to 5, 5, corresponding with option D. Find the median of the numbers 89, 141, 130, 161, 120, 131, 131, 100, 108, and 119. Again, this is the JAMB question for 1986, question number 46, and these are the options provided. Now, median again is the middle number in a given distribution. If it is an odd number distribution like we had previously, all you need to do is to arrange them in either ascending or descending order and pick the middle number. But in a situation where you have an even number distribution like we do here, there are altogether 10 numbers in this distribution. So what you need to do is to first of all arrange them in their order, then you note the middle numbers. Arranging them in ascending order, we have 89, 100, 108, 119, 120, we have 130, 131, again we have 131 because they appear twice, next 141, and lastly 161. So when you look at this number, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the middle number here are 2. That is 120 and 130. That is where we get our median from. So median for this distribution will be equal to 120 plus 130 divided by 2. That's equal to 250 over 2, giving us 125. So the median for this distribution is equal to 125, corresponding with option B. The table below gives the scores of a group of students in a mathematics test. Here are the scores from 1 to 8 and their corresponding frequencies. The question is, if the mode is M, and the number of students who scored 4 or less is S. What is S, M? This is JAMB question for 1986, question number 50. So from this, we are told that the mode is M. So our M will be equal to, mode is the most occurring number in a given distribution. And when you look at this frequency row, the highest value we have here is 14, corresponding with number 4. So the number of students that score 4 are 14 in number, meaning mode here is equal to 4. And for S, we are told S represents the number of students who scored 4 or less in that mathematics test. What that makes is that we are going to sum the number of students that scored 4, 3, 2, and 1. That is what it means to sum the number of students who scored 4 or less. So the number of students that scored 4, exactly here we have 14. The number of students that scored 3, we have 7. The number of those that scored 2, we have 4. While those that scored 1, we have 2. When we sum this up, 14 plus 7, we have 21. 21 plus 4, we have 25. 25 plus 2, we have 27. S, M equal to, our S was found to be 27, while our M was found to be 4. Meaning that SM is equal to 27, 4. That corresponds with option A, which is 27, 4. Of the 900 students admitted in a university in 1979, the following was the distribution by states. Anambra is 185, Imo 135, Kaduna 90, Kwara 110, Ondo 155, Oyo 225. The question is, in a pie chart drawn to represent this distribution, the angle subtended at the center by Anambra is, and then these are the options. These are the options. It's a JAMB question 1986, question number 45. Now, when a data like this is given, for us to get a pie chart representing that distribution, the first thing we need to do in each case is to get the sectorial angle, otherwise known as the subtended angle, before we can draw a pie chart for that. And how is that done? For each of the states we have here, Anambra, Imo, Kaduna, Kwara, Ondo, and Oyo, we are going to pick their respective values. We'll divide it by the total number, which is 900. Then we'll multiply it by 360. Since the pie chart is going to be in a form of circle, and the circle is 360 degrees. So we are not going to go through all of that since we are specifically asked for one state only. We are going to do the sectorial angle for Anambra. And to do that, for Anambra we have 185. We are going to divide it by 900. Then we'll multiply it by 360 degrees. Whatever value we get from this will be the subtended angle for Anambra. And this is equal to 185 multiplied by 360. We have 66,600. Dividing this by 900, the result is 74 degrees, corresponding with option C. Given a regular hexagon, calculate each interior angle of the hexagon. This is a JAMB question, and given a regular hexagon, calculate each interior angle of the hexagon. This is a JAMB question, and these are the options provided. Generally, when you hear about a regular polygon, it is a polygon having all the sides and angles equal. That is, all the sides of that polygon are equal and all the angles are equal. Coming down to this question where we have a regular hexagon. A hexagon generally is a polygon with 6 sides and 6 angles. So the angles of this hexagon are all equal. So let's begin. For us to calculate the interior angle, to calculate each interior angle of the hexagon, first of all we need to know the sum of interior angle of this hexagon. So to calculate the sum of interior angle, we use this formula: 2n minus 4 multiplied by 90, which is right angle. Or we can use n minus 2 multiplied by 180. So that if we decide to use this one, our n in this case is equal to 6. That is n equal to 6, since a hexagon has 6 sides. So if we are using this formula, it becomes 2 multiplied by 6 minus 4. Then we multiply it by 90. That's equal to 12 minus 4. We multiply the outcome by 90. And 12 minus 4 is equal to 8. Multiplied by 90, we have 720. Similarly, if you are using this formula, it's going to be 6 minus 2 multiplied by 180. 6 minus 2, we have 4. 4 multiplied by 180, we have 720. That is sum of interior angles. Anytime you are asked to calculate sum of interior angles, you can either use this formula 2n minus 4 multiplied by 90 or n minus 2 multiplied by 180. Now, since we know the sum of all those 6 angles, and we are told that this angle, this hexagon for instance, in particular, is a regular hexagon, meaning all the angles are equal, what we will now do is that we'll come and pick the sum, which is 720, and divide it by 6. That is 720 divided by 6. We'll now have 120 degrees. So that option C here becomes our correct option. Find the probability that a number selected at random from 40 to 50 is a prime number. Now, this is our range of values. We have 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. When you count this number, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The total numbers here are 11. Now, what is probability? Probability simply is the ratio of favorable outcome over the possible outcome. The favorable outcome in this case is going to be numbers that are prime, all divided by the possible outcome or the total outcome. The total here we have 11 numbers. But when you look closely at this, we have 41, 43, and 47 as the only prime numbers within these numbers given here. So the probability that a number selected from 40 to 50 at random will be a prime is going to be equal to the number of favorable outcome, which is 3 in this case because only 3 numbers are prime. Then we'll divide it by the total number that we have here, which is 11, giving us 3/11 as the correct option, corresponding with option A. In the figure above, PQR is equal to 60, that is this angle here. QPR is equal to 90 degrees, that is this angle QPR. Also PRS, which is this one, PRS, this angle here is 90 degrees. RPS is 45, RPS is this angle here, that is 45 degrees. Then QR is equal to 8 centimeters. Talking about this line, we have to determine PS, that is this line here. And looking at this quadrilateral, we have 2 right angles there. One is triangle QPR, the next one is triangle PRS. So when you look at the side that they asked us to find here is for triangle PRS, and the only information here is 45 degrees, which is not sufficient enough for us to calculate side PS yet. So what we will do is to first of all get line PR, in this case using the information provided in triangle QPR. So let's extract that triangle and find the value of PR. This is triangle PQR. This angle is 60 degrees as given. This side QR was given to us as 8 centimeters. So how do we get PR? This is a right angle triangle. So we'll go back to using our trig ratios. So that sine 60 degrees is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. And side PR, which we are looking for, is a side that is opposite to this angle. So we have PR divided by the hypotenuse here is 8 centimeters. Divide this by 1. Cross multiplying for us to get PR, we will have 8 sine 60 degrees. That is sine 60 degrees times 8. PR is equal to, when you punch your calculator, 8 sine 60, you are going to get 6.9282. That is approximately 7 centimeters. But since this is not our final answer, we are not going to approximate it to 7 centimeters. We'll leave it like this. So this side, we have 6.9282. Now that we've gotten side PR, when you look closely at this diagram here, if here is angle 90 and here is angle 45 degrees, it means here too will be angle 45 degrees. How? Sum of angles in a triangle we know is 180 degrees. So if here is 90 plus this 45 here, that is 135. 180 minus 135 will give us 45, implying that this is an isosceles triangle. It's an isosceles triangle where 2 sides and 2 angles are equal. So for us to get our PS now, we'll use Pythagoras theorem. So we'll bring this diagram also here. This the second right angle triangle, where this place is P, here is R, and here is S. This is angle 45 degrees, and here too is also 45 degrees. We found PR to be equal to 6.9282 6.82, implying that this side too will be 6.9282. So for us to get side PS using Pythagoras theorem, PS is going to be equal to the square root of SR square plus PR square, that is 6.9282, we square it, plus 6.9282, we also square this. PS will be equal to 6.9282. When you square it, we are going to get 47.99995. So approximately at this point we can take 48. The same thing with this one, plus 48. PS will be equal to the square root of 48 plus 48, we have 96, and the square root of 96, we are going to have 9.7979, and it continues. So the approximate value to 4 decimal place here is going to be 9.7980 in centimeters. So that if we are to round this up, we are going to have 10 centimeters for PS. But remember, we are working with respect to the options given to us. And when you look at the options given to us in this question, we have 2 root 3, 4 root 6, 2 root 6, 8 root 6, and 8 centimeters. The only option here that is most appropriate is option B. When you punch your calculator 4 root 6, you are going to have 9.7979, and it continues. Also, when you take the approximate value that corresponds with what we have here, 9.7980 centimeters, implying that option B here is the correct answer, 4 root 6 centimeters.